Vee Trades technical analysis course coming soon. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for FEDEX Corporation with the ticker symbol FDX. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So it looks like FedEx has been selling off quite a lot, even though it's a great company. You can see that they are generating more revenue currently than their market cap. So this might be undervalued. However, the technicals are pointing down, or they're telling me that the price can get cheaper. So we're gonna have to find out where the potential bottom could be, or where FedEx wants to be going. So it looks like we had a huge move down and then a two-legged correction. It looks like we're in the formation of the second leg down. I'm gonna try to put a channel on here. I believe if I connect these swings and I drag it down, this fits the price action the best. Doesn't have that many touches, but you can see the midline is acting as both support and resistance. So we can keep this channel on for now. And then currently it looks like we just bounced from resistance, so we are traveling down to the lower side of the range or channel, which will be right over here. We did have a little failed breakout right there after a little consolidation, and now it looks like we're still continuing lower. So there was this previous channel in play, which has not had a new low of it yet. So normally when we get a breakout outside of a channel, we usually go back down to retest the previous extreme, and we haven't done that yet for this channel. So there is a clue right there that we can go lower, and if we do go lower, we can easily knock out the 205 level and trend much lower. I have lower targets. For example, this is a leg right here, and then we just had a correction up, and it looks like we're in the formation of the second leg, and this measure move is right at the 176 level, and it's at the bottom side of the channel. So that makes sense. You can see that back here there was a massive uptrend in play, but we could not go past the previous high at this 305 level with force. You can see that we did break through it, but buyers were struggling to push the market up higher, and I'll put a trend line right there to show you guys right now. So this was the previous all-time high back here in December of 2020, and then price action trended up to the same point. However, we cannot push past it that much, and for price to be in an uptrend, we need to be continuously making higher highs and higher lows. So this was a higher high because it's higher than the previous high, but it wasn't by much. So that shows signs of weakness. And then we fell back down below that point, found resistance a few times, and then price action gave up, and we just continued lower to test other levels that were easier to break. So we've been going down ever since. Very bearish chart, especially if we've been going down for almost a year. May of this year will be a year of a downtrend. So let's do a bigger measured move. So that would be the first leg down right here. And then you could also see that we had a perfect two-legged correction up. That was the first leg. And then this was the second leg. And right at the tip of this arrow is when we sold off again. So this is telling me that we could be in the formation of the second leg. And if we do continue lower, the target that I have for FedEx is right at the 165 level. So at the very least, I think we're going to break the $200 level. Very bearish chart as of right now. I'll be surprised if we just reverse from here. There are no bullish signs as of right now. So I'll be surprised if we do. I could be wrong. Maybe somehow it finds some type of support that I did not catch in my analysis and we reverse. But as of right now, I think we're going to break that $200 level. Looks like price wants to go to the 175 level, and if we continue even lower, we could even reach the 165 level. So that would be my you could say bottom target. However, it's not really the bottom. Price action could not meet it, or we can overshoot it, but it's a good price level to understand that this could be the potential bottom. So it's at the 165 level, and it makes a lot of sense because this was a previous breakout level. You can see that if I go to this point on the chart, you can see that prices were having a hard time pushing through this 166 level. We got rejected multiple times, as you can see here, and then finally price action broke through it, but we didn't find a lot of support. We didn't come back to test this breakout level. Looks like there was a little pullback, but I think they want to test it again. And you can see there are a couple gaps that could be filled on the chart that are pretty large. So these gaps right here, these empty spaces, price action likes to fill them. So there's another sign telling me that prices want to continue lower. You can see that there was a gap right here, this empty space on the chart. Price action went lower, but then we reversed to fill in that gap. Now the gap is filled because this price action entered that price range. So everything's pointing down on this chart. Nothing bullish as right now, but it's a great company, especially with the increasing online activity coming in the next decades. So I mean, I'm pretty sure FedEx is going to be a leader in transportation. So probably a great company, but the technicals aren't aligning with the fundamentals. So there's a misprice there, but the technicals are pointing down. So nothing bullish on this chart. Looks like there's more selling, and we will continue the analysis on the weekly chart. And here's the weekly chart. And like I said before, we could not go past the previous high by much. We did have a breakout of it, but it wasn't a strong move out. And you can see that we kind of made like a little double top before reversing back down. And you can see this huge move up didn't build a lot of base to it. So if we retrace back down, we can go back down just how fast we went up. So if we went up really fast, we can go down about the same speed. So I could see something like that happening. So we could reach those lower targets that I have fairly quickly, probably within the next month or two. Looks like the price is kind of range bound. We have an uptrend right here, back here in 2016, 2017. Then we had a downtrend form back here in 2018, 2019, and then uptrend in 2020 to 2021. And now we're in the formation of a downtrend from 2021 to 2022. So it's just a range. I don't really see any for sure trend that's forming. We have micro trends inside of this larger range pattern. So I believe this to be the range pattern that prices are currently respecting. Let's go and make it yellow. You can see that we had a failed breakout on the top side due to the failed breakout on the bottom side. And now we fell back inside the range. So we came off the upper side. Didn't really find any support near the midline. We are kind of bouncing and respecting it. But it looks like this little tail bar for the week is kind of bearish. So this could be a short trap. But just based on market sentiment and the availability for price to drop down much lower, it looks like this could be the real deal. However, we are getting far from the EMA, just like we had over here, so we could see a short-term pullback. Maybe after they drop it down below this candle, drop it down below the 205 level, but we'll have to wait and see. This could just be an aggressive downtrend for the most part. So that's pretty much everything I have for FedEx. Looks like a bearish chart to me. Looks like there's downside potential, but still a great company nonetheless. However, there's one last thing I want to show you first before we end this video. You can see that back here in 2007, 2008, FedEx dropped about, let me take the measuring tool. FedEx dropped from the all-time high to the bottom of 73% back here in 2008. So this company is known to do large drops. You can see that back here in 2018 to the lows was a 67% drop. So you can see that from 2008 highs to the bottom of 2020 was a 67% drop. So currently it looks like FedEx is doing currently we have done only a 35% drop, and my target is right around that 55% drop. So 50% drop. So we could see lower price targets just based on history of how harsh those drops can be. So that's everything I have for FedEx. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel since you might be surprised at what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.